Welcome to Listen Within. I'm excited that you're here and to see what opens up and transforms for you over the next 4 weeks. I'm excited to see how you are an even more embodied, intuitive, knowing human being. I'm Vanessa Beretta, intuitive mentor, licensed massage therapist specializing in Barnes myofascial release, a Marconic energy practitioner, a yoga, meditation, and spirituality instructor, and a dancer. And over the past several years working with clients and students, at the core of my work has always been helping people feel and know within their truth, their intuitive knowing, and what their next steps are to take. So, that was a long intro about myself. I do not go through that at all any other place in this class. This is the only time I do that. And I'm going to go over how to use this course. Okay, so this course is absolutely, positively meant to support you in your life. It is meant to help you create the inner environment for your own knowing, to be clear, and then to follow through. So listening, meaning feeling and knowing, is really about the preparation more than anything else. So the 6 classes, the 4 meditations, the journal, the questions, and the worksheets are all to support that. There are options that are kind of flexible with how to use the class, and there are other aspects that are best to be done as I'm saying. Of course, you have to show up in the course to get results. However, I make it easy for you to do that. And here is the structure. So, after you finish watching this, you're going to immediately download your meditations and your worksheets. You're going to set yourself up right away. The meditations you want to place on whatever device you're going to use them on, whatever is the easiest and most accessible. Your worksheets will be there on the computer for you. Of course, transferring them to your phone or whatever else you might do is perfectly an option for you. And then you're going to watch Class 1, which is Spiritual Hygiene. After you watch that, the next day, if you watch it at night, or that day, if you watch it in the morning, is your day 1. You have to watch the class 1 before to start your week, to start this whole entire class. So that's when you're going to begin. Now, even before you actually watch class 1, you're going to go into your journal, your 28-day journal book, and you're going to answer the first beginning questions. Very simple. It's like, what is your intention? What is your feeling? And you're going to define that in your own words. So you're just going to ask yourself, why did I sign up for this class? What was the reason? What brought you here? We're documenting over the next 28 days because it really helps you to see where you are now and then where you're going to end up at the end. So you're going to do that beginning question on your journal page. You're going to watch Class 1, Spiritual Hygiene, and then you're going to start your 28 days. Each day and each week will have certain things for you to do. So the daily basic foundation is you're going to wake up and first thing in the morning, you're going to practice spiritual hygiene. You have a 5-minute version for a busier morning that you absolutely make it a non-negotiable, no excuse way of doing spiritual hygiene. And there's also a little bit of an extended one for days that you have more time. You're going to do it immediately when you wake up. It is best to do the minute you stand up out of bed. You do it right there, or as soon as you can, because you're catching yourself before any other momentum starts. Now, if you have another morning practice or your meditation practice or a gratitude practice or any intentional practice, do this first. It'll help you to be clear. So spiritual hygiene, do whatever else you normally do, and go in your day. you're going to schedule into your phone or a sticky note or a to-do list, something or other, whatever type of thing you have, 5 times a day check-ins, okay? You're checking in with yourself, meaning you're reminding yourself to come back in here and feel. And again, it's about we're programming ourselves to turn within more, to feel and be in this space of knowing. So, like I said, it's all about creating the environment. So if this is very new to you, you might the check-ins might be the main time you kind of check back in. If you're already in a space of intuitive knowing, you're going deeper with it. The check-ins will feel very spaced out. 5 times a day might feel like nothing. Okay? So again, we're creating the environment for the intuition to come forward within, for us to be able to listen, right? For us to be able to actually access and tune in, feel, know. And the more we practice that feeling and knowing and breath, okay, which is in the discernment meditation, it allows it to become more second nature. So it might start out with more in frequency, and then it becomes more and more and more and more frequent to then become just embodied way of being. Embodied, taking a breath and what's happening here, feeling. Okay? And you're going to let this unfold for you. So that's the point of all of this. We're setting the stage for it to be easier, for you to know, for you to be able to ask yourself a question, for you and get a clear answer, for you to be able to discern in present moment time what feels right and what doesn't for you. And all of the things we're doing is doing that for you. So you're checking in. It's like you're turning inward. You're feeling. What am I feeling? What's going on inside? Am I feeling a yes, or I'm not feeling the situation? What's happening here? Wherever you check in, wherever you are, if you're in the car, if you're at work, if you're at home, whatever it is, you're stopping for a moment, a minute, and you're checking in. And then at night, you're going to do your journal, which there's some questions in there, very basic stuff. Even if you're not into journaling, or just write a sentence, write something that came up for you, and awareness and insight and things like that. Do it quick if you're not a big journaler. If you are, spend as much time as you want, obviously. And journal right into the journal book, the 28-day journal book, which is fillable, or you can use your own journal, but use the questions that are in there, okay? So you can absolutely use the fillable PDFs on your computer and type it and save it. And then you'll practice your spiritual hygiene. You might want to journal first or after the spiritual hygiene. It doesn't matter. And that also creates a space for a nice sleep at night, going into sleep. Okay, so that's the essence of your day. Morning practice, check-ins, evening practice, journaling. Okay, and all throughout is your own discovery of how things are coming forward. So you're going to get insights as the days go on. You're going to realize you felt clearer on things. You're going to, notice new things. You're going to notice new things about yourself and the insights that come from all the classes and the meditative practices and the journaling. So over the course of a week and over the course of the 4 weeks, you're going to be making time, scheduling in time to watch at least 2 classes a week. Now there are 6 classes, so what I mean is you're going to want to rewatch certain aspects of classes. So watching at least 2 a week or averaging 2 a week will then give you space to go back to things, notice things and listen, take it in, digest it from a different place, from a different vantage point. This happens all the time. You might hear certain things one time you listen to it, and then something completely else, completely different, or certain points might stand out more the second time you listen to it. And so class time schedule, there are transformational questions to journal about, which helps you to go deeper. You want to have time for that. You don't have to obviously do it right after, but there are questions pertaining to the class, so it helps you to clarify your insights. The journaling questions are there also to support. There's a bunch. So you don't have to do every single question every time you go in. You might want to do 1 or 2. Something might stand out for you. Some questions are good for in the moment situations that have arisen during the day or maybe in the moment that it's happening. So let that be a bit flexible, okay? And also the meditations. So there's 2 other meditations besides the spiritual hygiene. One is a discernment meditation, which is great for right before you do the journaling. It sets you up. It sets you up, gets you in your body and to breathe. And then the other one's a little longer. It's more of like a really nice practice to go in and feel and then do some deeper work, some feeling and maybe healing work to get into your body and to really discover. So, like I said, over the course of that week, besides your daily practice, you're going to have time for classes, time for journaling, and time for just deeper meditative awareness of self, asking yourself, obviously, any questions, right? So taking time, if you have a question about something going on in your life and you want to get deeper clarity, do one of the meditations and then ask those questions. That's really the whole point, is for you to become second nature, for you to do this all the time. So that's the essence of the class. It might sound more than it is. The stuff supports you through the process, but it's absolutely doable and easy for you to fit in. I promise. Okay? So the other practical tips are simply use technology to remind you of things, schedule things in, use sticky notes, reminding yourself of different things. Put things on your phone if that's what you like. Put the meditation on your phone for you to have first thing in the morning by your bedside. Put the PDFs onto your phone if you want to carry the journaling questions with you. Use your own journal to write, or if your own online document. Do whatever works, but just use the materials. That's really it. Okay? So do what works, use the materials. So after this, when this is over, don't forget you're going to download your stuff, your meditations and your worksheets. The next step after that is to take your 28-day journal and do the intro beginning question, the intention. And then watch class 1. And then your day 1 begins. I am very excited for you to see what you've written down and what you've discovered from day 1 to day 28. I'm excited for all your little tangible insights that are going to come up, for your deeper awarenesses of who you are, of how you are in different situations, of when you listen more, when you listen less, when you're more aware of things, when you're less aware of things, all the things you discover about your relationship to what intuition is, to what your relationship to what discernment is, to what the concept of manifesting in relation to intuition, to what your truth is. It's all very exciting and it's a process of discovery. And so I invite you to make this even just a little bit playful and exploratory, like exploring new things, like that sense of eagerness and wonder through the process. Like as if you're going to a park that you've never been to for the first time. And yeah, you've seen trees before and grass, you've seen the sky before, but this is a new one. And ooh, there's a nice river over there. And ooh, there's, a bench on this side. And it's interesting and all that stuff. And so some of this is going to be normal. Maybe some of it's in your life already. And some things are new levels and new ways of doing things and, new insights and new deeper awarenesses of yourself. And it's a beautiful process. So I'm really glad that you're here. And let's get started.